Good evening everyone, this is the Great Pumpkin speaking and welcome to this new stream of Final Fantasy XIV. Tonight we're gonna take a swing at Suzaku, the second of the Auspices trial, and afterward, if we've got time, we're gonna try to unlock the Burn dungeon. So without further ado, let's get started here by talking to Bunshin. For the quest Tortoise in Time, an obvious reference to the old Ninja Turtles game, Bunshin has not heard from Soroban in quite some time. A pleasure as ever to see you, my friend. Would that I could say the same for Soroban. He has yet to return to Tamamizu, so I can only assume he is still busy undergoing Genbu's rigorous training. Ah, Link Pearl Carl. Hello? Harn? Is my Link Pearl working? That would be Tataru. So unreliable, these little things. I'm going to pay a visit to Raisin Temple to see Soroban. Give him a treat to keep his spirits up. If you're available, you should come too. I hope you haven't forgotten how to get there, but in case you have, look for the cute animal trying not to look like a guard on duty in the middle of the volcanic island. I was, of course, not privy to your conversation just now, but on the off chance you are bound for Raisin Temple, give Soroban and Genbu my regards. You little scamp. Do you think polite to listen to other people's conversations? Well, anywho, so that's taken care of. Now we're gonna head over to Onokoro to get into Raisin Temple proper. And off we go towards Hell's Lid. Oh, that griffin that I got off the, what was it? Wasn't the Virgala? It was those gate guards back in Alamigo. There we are. Fury. Headed for the temple or just in taking in the wonderful smoky air? Going to the temple, of course. And here we are. Hey hon, how are you doing? Oh, hello there. I pray you excuse my panting. Genbu is a rather demanding teacher, but I will not rest until granted leave to do so. And off we go. Hey! Oh, well met, brave adventurer. You are come alone this day. One of the urchin girl I recall nipping at your heels. Oh, she's here too, huh? That's Tataru! Tataru! And I'll thank you not to forget it, or else you'll get no takoyaki from me. Oh my, that would be most unfortunate. My sincerest apologies. I shall endeavor to remember little urchin Tataru. Of course, your name I will not soon forget, for you saved my dear friend Byakko from descending into madness. It's good that you're here, Hard. Soroban has made great strides in his training, it is true, but I believe we need to consider more drastic methods. Though he is not without potential, Soroban, as he is, simply lacks divinity. Should we carry on as we are, he may not be ready when we have need of his strength. And as with Byakko before, there will come a time when you must confront Seiryu and Suzaku, and quell the raging aramitama within them. Accordingly, we must use every means at our disposal, no matter how dangerous, to ensure we are prepared. No matter how dangerous? What exactly did you have in mind? Oh, there is no need for fearful trembling or withdrawing into one's shell. All I would have you do is open a box. Oh, is that all? Well, I've opened my fair share of boxes. But no, it is no ordinary box you must open. It is a Tamate Bako of geomancy, a sacred vessel which harbors the very power of time itself. Wasn't geomancy the power of the land in the first place? And yet you say there is no need for fearful trembling. This box sounds terribly dangerous. To what end would you have me open it? That you may bait in its temporal magics and age 1,000 years in an instant. That you may undergo the change and become an auspice, albeit until the magics dissipate. You would have me become an auspice like the four lords? Hold on, Harn, didn't you come across one of these Tamake Byakko and Shisui of the Violet Tides? You did, didn't you? Did I? Oh yeah, that thing that turned us into an old crone to get transformed. I am aware of similar relics in the possession of the Ryan. However, their magics alter only the appearance of those exposed. A mummer's trick, a glamour, altogether unlike the phenomenal power of the Tamate Byakko we seek. Know that this is no legend, but incontrovertible truth, for the one who created the Tamake Byakko of geomancy was a fellow auspice. Like many of us, he had lived long enough to see comrades become consumed by the aramitama, see them descend into madness and lay waste to the lands they had sworn to protect, and like many of us, he had had no choice but to put an end to their rampages. Yet this auspice knew full well that he was destined to share their fate, and so, before he too fell from grace, he resolved to craft the Tamate Byakko of geomancy, and when his work was complete, he baited in its magics, until he was no more. By the kami, he chose to die while his mind was still his own. I don't know what to say. Once the true potential of the box was understood, that it could bring death to an auspice, it was decided that it should be placed under lock and key in the Swallow's compass, until we had need of it. However, the Grand Mausoleum of King Ganon had been abandoned to the Shikigami, forever bound to its halls as guardians, and only a warrior of surpassing strength can hope to overcome the trials. Now that they are talking about the Swallow's Compass, I'm thinking I may have skipped a step there. Apparently I will have to do that dungeon beforehand, and I am not prepared. Steel yourself, Soroban, until the moment Hard returns with the Tamate Byakko of geomancy. You must train like you have never trained before. Yes, of course. Well, that is unfortunate, so I may need to take something. Just give me a second there. I'll just put you on hold for now. Alright, it's not perfect, but at least I'll have access to the various moves that the bosses will do. Back straight. Keep those hands up. If I'm not satisfied with your performance, then no takoyaki for you. The box is hidden in the heart of the Swallow's Compass, the tomb of Ganon in Yangxia. Kata Kamaitachi has gone on ahead to open the way. Seek him out. Anything new from our little friends here? You will go no further. The reason should be plain. Beyond lies the prison of Koryu. Were you to damage the wards, he will break free, and all would fall to ruin. Good to know. Doesn't seem like the other ones really got anything new. Perhaps Byakko does. Hey, hun. You are for the Swallow's Compass, I'm told. Know that the guardian of the relic you seek was a disciple of its creator, and will surely fight to defend it most fiercely. That is good to know. So off to Yangxia then. I suppose closer to Namai? Okay, it doesn't seem that bad, although I'm not sure I've understood everything. Still, we should be mostly fine. Come on, Itachi. Oh hey, you made it! Finally! I've been waiting here forever and a day, but hey, it's not like we've got the potential calamity to worry about or anything. Anyway, I've already taken care of the ward sealing the tomb's entrance, so you're free to go in and get the box, but whatever you do, don't open it. Ah, and one more thing. I'll wager they told you about the Shikigami, but forgot to mention that the box itself is guarded by one of us, a tough bugger and half. But you're pretty tough bugger yourself, eh? You gave Byakko what for, after all. You know, but just don't say I didn't warn you. That is good to know. So, let's get queued. Swallow's Compass. Doesn't seem like it will take very long, but I will take the time nonetheless to change the stream title. It seems like the burn may not be an option now. There, that's better. Okay, so I do have Record Keeper fired up right now. I suppose we can swap over there. And here we are. We're gonna go ahead and get in. So what I've been working on recently is actually to finish the various nightmare bosses that I still have to do. And apparently I've gotten 10 growth head. Cool. Probably part of that... what was it? Gee, I forget the name. That's unfortunate. It was written somewhere here. Damn. Well, it's gonna get back to me. It's that Mickey Mouse and Final Fantasy crossover thing. But somehow I'm drawing a blank right here. So the one we're gonna attempt while we wait is the Thornberry King, as well as a number of Thornberries. This fight is actually pretty tough. I've attempted it once, but I haven't had much luck yet. So we're gonna attempt to do this properly. I've set up my characters in this way. Among others, Barbarisia has finally reached max level. Yay me. She's equipped with Stop, as is Ash, who has access to the Valigarmanda summon now. I've had Yuna as a healer, as well as Ishtola, who's now got a proper relic. I'm not particularly equipped in much but healing or buffs, as these bosses pretty much gets through resistance anyway, and Yang is there for more damage for the most part. I'm gonna need to be a little cautious with this. I'm gonna be taking Vanny with us, so that she might help me with the healing. And we'll be going against the Thornberry King. Let's do this. So far I haven't managed to get through phase 2 of this guy, but this time I might. Who knows? For those of you joining us right now, we're actually playing Record Keeper while waiting for the queue, so this should keep us occupied for the time being. Okay, so he's weak to Stop. We're gonna put that up right away, as well as Astega. And now we're gonna see if she'll actually succeed. She did, so Ash can go ahead and attack. Not so sure about having Yuna attack just yet. Yang is gonna go into Tempo Flurry. Barbarisia is gonna go with her Whirlwind, as she should. Didn't seem to do much, though. Oh well. No matter. Trying to save my AoEs for the next wave of Thornberries. Damage is a bit on the low side for getting started. That's worrisome. Yang will be ready with 7 Heavenly Fists. I suppose one meltdown won't be that much of a problem. Okay. Didn't quite finish him, but dealt a ton of damage. Tempo Flurry. This guy is gonna advance and hit us with Chef Knife, which isn't good. Tempo Flurry failed. That's no good, but this will trigger Fair Wind, which is cool. It's a neat thing about Barbaricia's weapon there. Anywho, so that is done. We're gonna go with Neo Bahamut. The one in the middle we're gonna hit with Tempo Flurry. Barbaricia is gonna put stop on this guy, if she can. And Ash will do the same with the one at the bottom, again, if she can. Can't say that Yuna is my most effective damage dealer. It's unfortunate, really. Nightmare Chef Knife. Ow. Okay, stop here. Yang. Temple Flurry. Have her call Vinny, if she can. Ishtola isn't gonna last forever. At least that Temple Flurry worked. Heck, it's about time. Let's have her start off Asylum, we're gonna need it. The last boss in his last phase will actually deal damage based on the number of times that the various Tonberries moved, which isn't very good for us. Now then. Okay, one of them is stopped. That is taken care of, so Yang can go ahead and get started. Okay. Not sure we need Yuna to heal in that particular instance. Yeah, Final Fantasy XIV cameo, eh? Anywho. That didn't work. That's a shame. Barbaricia is gonna need to do a stop here if she can. This particular seal will make him vulnerable to interrupts, which isn't really something that I can do right now. The only character that I have that can do it are Bartz and Yuffie. Medica, I suppose. Okay, he is stopped. We can have her pop off Valigarmanda now. As for Yang, I think he already did Explosive Fist, so he can go right ahead. We're gonna have her heal up here. Something tells me that we're not gonna last forever that way, so we'll probably use a Meltdown here. The damage of our summon isn't particularly high, that's worrisome. Anywho, Transformation, I figure. Okay, it's a single heal in that particular instance. I see. Heavenly Fist then. Okay, we'll need somebody to hit this guy with a stop. She's gonna be on healing duty, I figure. Okay, one Tonberry down. Another stop has succeeded. You can go ahead and do another Whirlwind while we're at it. Yang will crush him. Medica didn't heal so much, that's a little worrisome, honestly. I actually thought that this relic would help me a lot, but turns out it won't. Awesome. Okay, Ash, I'm gonna need you to put up a stop. Breath of the Heavens. Oh, that queue is taking forever, huh? Doesn't seem like there are a whole lot of people queuing for this. That's annoying. Is our Astiga still holding up? Doesn't look like it to me. Okay, Barbarissia, you'll go ahead and attack to trigger the other thing. Yuna keeps healing. Yang goes with Explosive Fist, just to be on the safe side. Call up Valigarmenda. Let her keep going. I've equipped characters mostly with relics that gave them access to an instant soul break, or at least things that will allow them to build them up quickly. I'm not sure how long that phase is supposed to last, though. Chef Knife. It missed. Cool. Alrighty. Next. Oh, there are multiple waves of them. Damn. How the heck am I gonna get through this? Welp. Asylum, I suppose. You go ahead and tag the one in the middle. You put a slow on this one. Huh. Odd. It appears almost as if he stole as a shield right now. You'll go ahead and use a stop on him. At least to help us get started anyway. You're a quick strike. What is that they are talking about in the Final Fantasy XIV chat? Well, whatever. Don't have enough people actually damaging, that's worrisome. Okay, you're gonna go ahead and use a Thunder's Echo on this one. You go ahead and use Life Siphon. I won't have much choice but to do another meltdown. Not bad. 20k. That's fairly respectable. Starting to wonder whether Medica isn't actually a shield. Wonder if you aren't actually supposed to slay those while they are standing on a particular spot. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. And why didn't have her use Niho Behemoth? That's weird. Well, you go ahead and destroy this guy. She's out of stop. Oh, she didn't have any Niho Behemoth. That explains it. But yeah, they have to add Tonberries on every of the various seals. Well, that will be annoying. Chef Knife Flurry. Ouch. Thankfully, Yuna is gonna save Yang. For 2. You go ahead and defeat that guy as quickly as possible. And I don't know about Barbarissia, honestly. Yuna has a ton of soul break though. That's one of my problems right now. I actually don't have access to a character that deals a lot of physical damage. My best one right now are Yang, Kane, and Cecil. Oh, she had access to a soul break. That's my mistake there. At least this guy is stopped. Was this thing actually the name of Asylum? Now I'm having second thought. Yes, it was Asylum. Okay, I always like to be reassured. Medica. Life Siphon. Have Barbarissia attack to take advantage of her winting. And wait to see if another set of Thunberry is gonna spawn. Alright, Yang, you finish that up. Okay, whew. Let's put us back onto haste. Barbarissia, I'd rather wait for her to actually be able to use Meltdown at maximum power. Yang is gonna do what it has to do. Ouch! I didn't need you to put out, Ishtola. Ouch. Slew Ishtola in one move. Does this mean Tonberry's got too much chances to move? Because right now I'm not in a particularly good position right now. Or perhaps the strategy here is to actually get one of them to die on a seal on each row. If you fail to do so, well, that might be what happens. Ouch. Nearly killed Barbarissia. Well, if she's not gonna survive... Oh, but never mind that, the Swallow's compass has popped at long last. Let's do this. So let's see. Okay. First boss won't be any problem. As is customary, we'll have a look at the cutscenes once we're done. Hello there. We've got a bunch of Doman automatons. We didn't get to see those very often, so that's a treat. Letting them know it's my first time here. They were waiting for Protect. Guy is saying it's not so bad. Answered that it seemed so. Now what do we have here? What the heck just happened? Some sort of torrent balls showing up. Wonder what's up with that. See? Geomancy actually doesn't seem to be the magic of time to me. Alright. This does bring some question about the classes that will get released with the next expansion. Blue Mage might be the only one, but perhaps not. Sorry. So using the various base elements. I'm gonna try to get as many holies in as I can. Alright, that should suffice. Part of the wind, eh? Alrighty then. Oh, so that's what it does. Well, ain't that lovely? So those are Tengus then. We've seen them before within videos such as Mega Man and Bass, where we had the Tengu Man. But I don't know much about those type of creatures. I know they were in Pathfinder though. They're supposed to be some kind of trickster spirit maybe. Being known for their boldness among other things. Dragon Seal. First boss. Oh, that is the Tengu though. Oh, Tengu. This one has a gaze attack, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll have to be on a high alert for that. Okay, these things are gonna move around, and if they touch anybody, well, they'll hit them with a small damage, I think a debuff, and then they'll also blow up. See? I got hit. My maximum HP is reduced, as well as other things. Okay, I dodged it. Okay, they're gonna blow up. I see. Maita di Tengu. That must be a tank buster. Yep. Yeah, you burn with divinity and I burn with fire. Alright. First one done. Rogan Ninja's not interested. This I can actually switch back. Second boss won't have any particular telegraph, so I'll have to pay attention to what he says. Which I'm not particularly good at. Remember Susano? That's what I thought. Okay, those barriers will actually... I see. That seems like a good spot. Let's go. Alright, so far so good. Oh! Marbles, eh? Probably not taking a chance due to the chance of bad breath. Wrathful Current. So another one of those, basically. Alrighty then. I'm gonna desecrate what I want to desecrate. Okay. This. And start spamming. Not sure if I'm meeting so many people. Doesn't look like it to me. Still, that's an interesting thing. What with the temple having waves continuously come up on you? I'd actually take that during an entire dungeon, really. But then again, I'm terrible at designing. Well, actually, that's not entirely true. But be that as it may. Whoa! Daibarabachi! Wow. I have no words. Looks like some kind of hand-drawn cloud or whatever. Watch out for his slaps. Okay. Okay, that's what he meant. He or she, that's not entirely clear. By the way, as is customary, I'm actually not really looking at the chat right now. What with me being in the middle of a dungeon. Okay, that's gonna put AoEs down on the people. Ah, the old Sephiroth animation. You know, I was reading something the other day. They were actually sad that a lot of the references were mostly Final Fantasy VI, what with bosses and whatnot. But the thing I thought was that, and somebody else did, was that it would actually be fun to get some from Final Fantasy IV, which we might get at some point soon. But things like the Elemental Archfiend and whatnot would be actually pretty cool. I mean, does it show I'm maining Barbarisia as a character in Record Keeper, so... that's lame. But that thing in the middle is just mean. Being close to him might actually be the best idea. Whoa. That's a little crazy. But overall, it's not that bad. It was actually pretty epic. This I don't actually really need. I'll take a greed on it for the heck of it. And I can't get that one because I already got one. Oh well. So, monkeys. Wasn't a great idea to put that heal on him. But still, I figured. Better keep up. It's one of the more Japanese dungeons that we've had up until now. Especially the music. Am I the only one who thinks that having those wind or whatever send you somewhere like in the middle of nowhere to die would actually be the way things should work in a proper dungeon? But most traps in this are actually rather nice. Although I suppose being run over by a giant iron ball isn't exactly a good time. Oh, keep going, is he? A lot of those dungeons I'm gonna have to redo at some point because I don't remember half of them. This expansion went by so quickly. Even, what was the name? Shadowbreaker, I think, or something like that. The next expansion is coming this summer. That will give us a lot to do. But there's gonna be a bit of a lull between both. Not Shadowbreaker, Shadowbringer, that's right. It's nice that they are using bells, though. That was the traditional weapon of geomancers back in Final Fantasy V, if I'm not mistaken. Might be in other ones too, although geomancers aren't exactly a common type of class. Although they might have gotten some screen time in Final Fantasy X, or, if I'm not mistaken, 13? Although 13 had its own things like Marauder, Saboteur, and whatnot. So that may not be right, actually. Sounds like there's a hunt train going on in my link shells. Alright, Kitian Dasheng. He's obviously a monkey. Monkey with staves. There's a push, so this probably means that we'll need to be close to him. We've got ads to kill. Other than that, he splits in two at some point and gotta be killed. Oh, but gotta damage both of them equally. Sounds like the tank is writing a lengthy explanation for me. That's nice of him. Pay attention to the size of the pole. Okay, based on the weapon, depending on what he's gonna do. Okay. Sounds like for both we need to be close to him. The short end. It's getting close, right? Seems to think that it's going away, and he was right. Sounds like this guy is gonna go down pretty quickly, though. Or not. I see, I get it. Okay, raid-wide AoE for this. Or rather, group-wide in this particular situation. Okay, get rid of the servants quickly. And AoE them down, I suppose. Well, that went mostly well. Owie! Been seeing that shield move quite often as of late. Owie. That's bad. And I am not ready to resurrect him yet. Not sure how this works. Oh. That's the raid-wide damage. Shame that. At least he could cancel it. So this is one of those fights where the mage's AoE is actually useful. Cool. That is done. Bye-bye. I like the tank, he was helpful. The other guys did well as well. Let's try this on. I have something similar, but I do like it. Maybe some glamour down the road. Did I need to do anything special? Doesn't look like it. Let me look at my journal just to be sure. Tortoise in time. Okay, that's just it. Guess it should be fine. Anything we should see? Nope. I'm getting a little suspicious after what they did with the Rathalos and getting the scale. Well, anywho, it's time to go back to Onokoro. Oh, our little Koja pals. Cool. Do love myself some Diet Pepsi. That's a rather unfortunate pose there. My skirt being so short, and those new pants being a little revealing. Off we go then. Hey, your return, and with the Byakko for of geomancy, I gather. Sure am. Wonder what a 1,000-year-old Soroban is gonna look like. Very good, very good. Of course there was no need to fear for the well-being of the warrior who faced my brother Byakko and lived. Let us brook no further delay and make ready for this next stage of Soroban's training. Listen well, everyone, for the magics we are about to unleash are ancient and terrifying. It is exceedingly dangerous, especially for Soroban. I wish you would stop saying that. Be at ease, Soroban. Byakko will devote his energies to maintaining the wards on Koryo's prison while we are occupied. Should you be indisposed for a time, we will manage. And I've been secretly practicing my aramitama in preparation for a time like this, so don't worry, no matter what happens, we'll be ready. After all, we've each got to do our part if we're going to claim these fabulous riches. I mean, if we're going to save the Ruby Sea from certain doom. You know, I remember Tataru trying her hands at many things during a particular quest. I think it was during the end of the original storyline. I didn't realize that she was an arcanist. Her enthusiasm notwithstanding, I expect we will need to turn to you should this training go awry. Take a moment to see if your equipment, and let me know when you're ready to begin. I'll be fine. I do not know what to expect, but I trust you will let no harm come to me. I might whack you on the head a little. I know what you're thinking. Didn't she give Arcanist a go before and get betrayed by her carbuncle? Yeah, that's right. That actually did happen. Yes and yes, but that was then and this is now. Oh, even got a new dress too. Guess she did need it. Everything is in order? Then let us begin. Alrighty then. Those short lala legs. Hehe. That fat cat really amuses me. Now remember, Soroban, once opened, the box will spew forth smoke. Remain still and let it wash over you. Surrender to the magic and let it transform you into an auspice. And you are certain this will be temporary? As honored as I would be to join your ranks, I fear I am too young to be so old. Come, you lot, let us retreat to a safer distance. Quite suiting, isn't he? Alright, hon. Well, that was easy. It's fake! I knew it! Gosh, what a waste of time. This had better be some treasure or something interesting inside. Foolish urchin! Wah! Ugh, was that really necessary? You couldn't just ask me to move nicely. Oh my. What? What's that look for? Is there something on my face? Oh my god, old Taru. My face! My beautiful face! It feels like old goat leather left in the sun. Get a hold of yourself, child. You have been aged, nothing more. Be grateful you are not exposed longer, or you would have surely died. I may as well be dead already. I can bear to go on like this. Did I not tell you before that the magic is fleeting? You need only endure it for a moment. All will be as it was. Ah, see? Ah, so preoccupied with the urchin I have been that I completely forgot about Soroban. I hope he has not been overexposed to the magic. If he has been aged to excess, his aramitama may already be. I am afraid so. Oh, using that Kojin model then. Rah! Well, that answers that. On your guard, I'm afraid he means to kill us all. He baited in the Tamate Byakko's magic for far longer than the urchin, and so I expect he will not return to normal so quickly. In fact, I dare say he will retain this form long enough to destroy the temple if we do not subdue him. Shazam! With me hard, urchin. Hold nothing back. Man, he's old. Sounds like the hunt train is getting started too. Well then. Alright, let's do this. Well, if he's just gonna chain cast water, I should be fine. That deals damage to me. Desertion is punishable by death. My death. Her carbuncle abandoned her again. Help! His buffer says he has been temporarily granted the power of an auspice. Great Flood. That doesn't look good. Get behind me. Okay. You the boss. They sure gave us a lot of time. If we were able to get this far and past Byakko, I don't see the point why they should do that. I mean, after that bit they did with the chocobos earlier, well... I wonder if I'm actually supposed to pay attention to Taru. Gee, I would if I knew what to do. What? So was I supposed to what, actually? Was probably supposed to wait for instruction from the turtle. Gotta be honest, Taru, you're really distracting. Okay, so we're supposed to stack. I do not understand. Let me check. Okay, I see. Tataru is not reliable, so you've gotta basically run away from her. Ah. Apparently I'm not the only one that had trouble actually understanding what we were supposed to do. Gotta admit, they could have done better with these in this expansion. Stuff like even the Lakshmi battle were actually fairly standard, but this one, not clear. That does make sense. The thing popped up so quickly that that seemed to really be the only way to actually do that. Can just imagine that moment after the fight where she goes, "Hard! You ditch me!" Although I suppose I could have done it by chaining my cooldown properly. Nope. Alright. No. That's one tough little Lala. Didn't you think about actually turning the turtle on his side so he could actually help? These founts, I don't like that. They could actually be killed rather easily though. Only one hit, that's all it took. Well, Auspice's Soroban isn't anything particularly dreadful. I hope he's useful, though. Alright. What happened? Why do you all look so exhausted? Oh, my dear Soroban, I knew you had potential, but it would seem I grossly underestimated your capacity for chaos. In any case, despite this unexpected turn of events, I should like to declare this training session a success. Let us take a moment to collect ourselves. I don't see how that was helpful in any way. I'm not quite sure what happened, but I feel so very, very tired. Confound it, betrayed by my own carbon cold yet again. Well, at least she didn't comment on me ditching her. And there's the boss from the previous one, Quitian Dasheng. Oh, hello there. Remember me? I was the fellow tasked with guarding the Tamate Byakko of Geomancy. I hope you understand that I had no choice but to put you to the proof. What kind of guardian would I be if I let you have it without a fight, eh? Still, I didn't think you lot would use it like that. Truth be told, this comes as a relief, though Soroban's present strength pales in comparison to that of Byakko and myself. We now know for certain that his potential is extraordinary. I struggled to believe I could ever wield such power. All who are strong were once weak, Soroban. I am no exception. Until I met Tenzin, I was no more than a floundering turtle you see before you. You never did tell us how you fell in with him. Ah, well, if you wish to know the details. I didn't, but oh well. Long, long ago, when I had lived 100 or so years, and had only just begun to become something more, I received my first vision. A terrible calamity, one that would claim the lives of countless innocents, was imminent. But what was a little turtle to do? For while I had seen the future with crystal clarity, I was powerless to stop it. I could but look on, helpless, as cities burned and men died. So it was for centuries, until one day. After 500 years, I had grown stronger, more reckless. I believe I could make a difference. But when I foresaw a landslide that would bury a nearby village, I ventured forth to warn the people. Alas, while they were quick to discern that I was no common animal, they could make no sense of my panicked flailing. To them, I was a queer dancing turtle, a source of considerable amusement, for I knew not the words of men, and so my warnings fell on deaf ears. I would be no different, yet again they would die. It would be no different. The people turned and walked away, bored with the fleeting amusement. With a heart fit to burst with sorrow and despair, I made to quit the village. Just then, I heard a voice kind and gentle. "Little one, you look troubled. Tell me what burdens you so." Though I knew he was addressing me, I doubt he would understand. Still, I told him of my vision of the landslide I knew would bury the village and everyone in it, and my vain attempts to warn them. "Your kindness is only surpassed by your bravery, little one. Fear not, I, Tenzin, and my comrade Byakko shall act in your stead." As Tendra drew his sword, a great white tiger emerged from the wilds. "Shall we give them a show?" he whispered to the beast, which inclined its massive head ever so slightly in response. "I don't understand." They then ran into the center of the village and began to fight as if they were bitter enemies intent on killing one another, blade and fang flashing, too fast for the eyes to follow. The two broke apart for an instant, and Tenzin bellowed, "Hearken to me! This white demon thirsts for the blood of men! If you value your lives, flee this place! Seek shelter in the next village!" Needless to say, the bewildered villagers gathered up whatever was at hand, and ran screaming, too terrified to even look back. As the three of us watched them go, I heard the white demon mutter, "You know full well I have not once tasted men's flesh." The village was later destroyed in a landslide, as I had foreseen, but for the first time I had managed to make a difference. Thereafter, we became traveling companions and close friends. I shared with them my visions, and together we labored to save those that we could. On the eve of what may be perhaps the greatest calamity I have ever foreseen, I feel Tenzin's absence keenly. Nevertheless, we must carry on. You may not have him, but you've got Hard, and you know she's no slouch. Yeah. Oh, indeed. I do, and for this blessing we are grateful beyond measure. Right then, Soroban, we must resume your training at once, ere we forget the lessons of your time as an auspice. Yes, of course. Getting back to it, in that case, I should return to the mountain of paperworks in Kugane I've been doing my best to ignore. Oh, and Soroban, I left the takoyaki with Kamaitachi for safekeeping. You're not to get any until you've earned it. Bye-bye. Quite the slave driver, isn't she? Well, when next we call upon you, Hard, I expect that it will be to deal with one of my comrades. Shirk not your own training, for it will not be easy. I'm not entirely sure about that. Under these circumstances, I do not think I will have time to return to Tamamizu for even a short spell, if you would be so kind as to inform the Elder. Very well, we might make a stop at Kugane while we're at it. When the time comes, I will send for you, Hard. Be ready for whatever lies ahead. I'm not going anywhere, I promise. Off to Tamamizu then. Where was it? There. There's our pal Bunchin. A pleasure, Harn. Did you have the chance to visit with Shoroban? How fares he with his training? Extraordinary. He has always been diligent and hardworking, but even so, to think he is blessed with such incredible potential, I cannot help but wonder who else among us might be possessed of similar abilities. Probably Kabuto. Yet I understand his trepidation. With great power comes great responsibility, as I have often said. We may need to keep a closer eye on him to ensure he does not succumb to fear and attempt to flee his training. Super potion, super adder. I'll take the adder. The Firebird down below. Bunchin holds in his hand yet another missive addressed to you. And we've got the hum emote for our trouble. How kind of you to pay us a visit, Hard. Now I need not summon you. But a moment ago, a certain surly cat returned with another missive addressed to you. See for yourself. Brave adventurer, who stood fast and quelled the raging aramitama of my comrade Byakko, the time has come for you to return to Ryzen Temple. I presume the auspices of Hell's Lid have need of you once more. If so, give my regards to them and dear Shoroban. That is done. We're gonna head over to Kugane to have a look at those cutscenes from the Swallow's Compass, and afterward we're gonna get started with the Suzaku bit. What's funny is that... oh yeah. We've actually already seen that on stream. I was gonna say that the first time I did Susanoo, people thought that it was actually Suzaku. Guy was getting confused, even thought it might be Extreme. We might have been yanking our chain. Both are likely possibilities. Anywho. There we go, Swallow's Compass. Which was probably all I needed for the level 70 roulette, now that I think about it. We do not see those guys' faces, though. They might actually have not been birds. It's rather amusing how I actually quested with the Monkey King back in Mist of Pandaria. Sounds like there's only so much Japanese lore to draw on. Didn't show the tiny monkey, did they? I actually thought that was cool with Genbu. Oh. Guess that was a trick then. Oh well. Suppose the puff of smoke was a fairly decent indicator. I don't think I can port from here, can I? Oh, but I can. Good. You know, given the number of times that I've had to return to the Ruby Sea, I'm kinda getting tired of that zone. The fact that it is also located where heaven's on high is actually annoying. I'll need to get working on those deep dungeons pretty soon. I've actually never finished Palace of the Dead. I got far into it, though. I had trouble understanding how ether weapons worked. At some point I got to a point where people actually said that I wasn't doing so well because I didn't understand how my ether level wasn't high enough. Well met, Hard, well met. But wait, where's the little urchin girl of whom I have grown so fond? Would be remiss of us to proceed without her, would it not? Why not summon her with that trinket of yours, your link pearl? If we must. Hello? Hard? Is that you? Huh? Right now? Very well, if you must insist. What wondrous things, these link pearls. Now then, let us wait until your friend arrives. Hard, Genbu. Ah, good of you to join us, little urchin girl. He doesn't sound happy. He enjoys teasing her. You know, there is such a thing as running a joke into the ground. It pleases me to inform you that thanks to your assistance with his training, Soroban's strength has grown by leaps and bounds. Ere long, we may count him among our most formidable warriors. Out of curiosity, where is Soroban anyway? Engrossed in a very special exercise, I'm afraid. Trust me when I say he would not want you to see him in his current state. Working up his sweat is no doubt. Glad to hear it. But I called you here not to discuss our cogent friend. The wards have grown weaker, presaging Koryu's inevitable escape. Before he breaks free, the four lords must marshal their strength. And so, Hard, I must entrust you to quell the raging aramitama of a dear comrade once more. Fight, is it? That's where a warrior of light shines. Who's her opponent this time? See for yourself, she would be joining us shortly. It's been too long, elder brother. Yeah, that is Suzaku, and definitely not Phoenix. They already did that during Binding Coils of Bahamut. Though I wonder if it's the reference actually to the Phoenix or a Firebird rather, but it seems to be more like a Phoenix based on what I saw of the fight. Several hundred years by my reckoning. Am I to assume you have kept your silent vigil all this time, Suzaku? Let us not speak of such things. You made me come hither for another purpose. That I did. Koryu's wards grow weaker by the day, and the calamity would visit upon us draws nigh. The four lords must join their strength together once more. And to that end, this warrior would unburden my tortured soul. Just so, hers is power far surpassing that of mortal man. She is heir to the legacy of Tenzin. Brother, how dare you compare this creature to that shining paragon of virtue, of kindness? You sully his memory. And you dare think yourself his equal, his better? Then I will put you to the proof, and when you fall, it will be a fate most deserved. Turn back if you would not have it be so, or join me in misery. Rather harsh, ain't it? Byakko was nicer. Compared to Byakko, she seems much more angry. The aramitama feeds upon her grief and fuels her rage. She yet mourns the love lost, but it is not my place to speak. Go to her, brave warrior, and learn the truth of her heart. Well, don't we look determined? Forgive her, my friend. She knows not what she says. Careful, Hard. I don't think she's going to go quietly. crave battle, then, even if it brings you your death. Out of duty, pit yourself against enemies ever stronger. Without hesitation, without fear, you muster your courage and... No, you are not even a pale shadow of his glory. There was but one man fit to wear the mantle of hero, and he has long since passed from this world. If so, then the Ruby Sea will be consumed by Koryu's fiery judgment, and we, her sworn protectors, will have failed in our duty. Is Tenzin's memory so sacred that you would doom this land out of spite? That was Byakko speaking, I didn't realize. Oh, Byakko, do you not see? Before I called you brother, I was but a bird who loved a man. Perhaps that was all I was ever meant to be, for I can brook no replacement at my side or in my heart, not so easily as you. Have you forgotten his final moments, how he fought and died to defeat Koryu, how he sacrificed himself before our very eyes? How dare you ask me that? Every detail is forever seared in my mind's eye, a blackened scar upon my soul. How could I possibly forget? Nor should you, nor will I ever forget every day we spent together on the road. But to exalt the past over the present, to live life in mourning and never move on, is to dishonor his memory. How dare you speak to me of dishonor? You who have opened our home to this pretender. I see her plainly, how she has wormed her way into your hearts, mimicking Tenzin's manner, cloaking herself in his scent, seeking to supplant Tenzin in our minds. Listen to yourself, my sister. The aramitama has driven you to see Oni in shadows. Let it be quelled, before your soul is forever lost. Only to Tenzin will I entrust my soul. Only his love will I accept. Let me help you. He said, Oh, Tenzin, very well, but I will brook no delay. I will await you in the depths, in my place of mourning, and when it is ended, I shall mourn you too. Forgive her, Hard. She is yet consumed by her failure to save Tenzin all those years ago. Her regret is as a festering wound. The love she bore him gave her strength once. Alas, though it is the aramitama has found purchase in her soul. It feeds on her grief and despair. It is plain that your presence troubles her as well. She senses your blessing, and it reminds her of him. There were moments when she looked on you with a fire in her eyes. When she gives herself to the aramitama, she may surrender to her delusions as well. If so, do not be alarmed by what she says. Stand fast and free her from her torment. Be warned, she commands many powers, including the ability to manipulate geomantic currents. Only by remaining observant will you survive. That is actually true. This fight will actually test your powers of observation, especially on the side of the arena. Although the tricks that we use during the Omega Alpha escape do find some common ground here. Anywho, let's head over to Hellskier. That wasn't it, that was the trial over here. Can I remove the Swallow's compass though? That is done, and we're gonna swap over back to Record Keeper. Hopefully if it hasn't, can I say, crashed. Now then, we were about to die if I recall. And Veni is gonna save us, yet again. Well, not entirely, but it will help. And it's a fight. Explosive fist, because I totally forgot where we were. Ah, too bad. I had a whirlwind waiting for me. Just had to attack once. That would have helped tremendously. Oh well. Anyway, don't see my luck being that great. I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish up this guy. No matter what I do, really. It's all up to Yuna now. But hopefully by defending, perhaps. Although I do need to attack if I want her to actually use her soul break. Same for Barbarissia, unfortunately. Kuraja might have been a good choice, too. Ouch, we lost Yuna. Almost there. Just a little more. Junk. Ah, that's unfortunate. Just need Yang to get another turn and we're good. Well, if he's just gonna keep doing that, we should be fine. I did it! Probably not mastered, but I did it. Awesome. So as you can see, those nightmare battles are no slouch, although I gotta admit I was a fair bit weaker than I would usually be. That happens, but I've managed to finish Northern Cross, which has been long in the making. I had to interrupt as well to master it, but I took too much damage, took too many actions too, if I'm not mistaken. But oh well. We've gotten somewhere at least. And that's it for this one. That leaves Omega Drive as well as Kurada. I'm thinking that the crystal is actually hiding the link over there. And Affliction Break, which I'll need to rework a little on. Kurada and Omega Drive aren't gonna be easy though. Anywho. So we can go ahead and swap over the party, back to the ones that I was training at the moment. What was I running actually? Kind of forgot. I had Ishtola, which I don't really need anymore. I had Bart's. Suppose I could get Red X or Maya. Kinda like Maya better than Red X. Or Red 13, rather. Okay, Ash can get her lightning back. She's not all that proficient with it yet. I'm actually thinking about switching her back to Ixion like I used to do. That is fine, but what I really need is actually Slow and Astiga. As for Yang, he can go back to using Gaia Rush, despite the fact that I don't use it very often. For Maya, she has Leviathan and Quake. That's plenty. Actually, I could give Ash Quake. That would be helpful. Got 2 Quakes. Fairly useful. Oh, let's just swap the brew properly. That feels a tad more balanced. Okay. What I actually wanted to do, I actually ended up paying 1 mithril to actually get to do everything I wanted to do today. So I'm gonna be heading over to the Pale Barrens to get myself some non-elemental orbs. Which I had already completed. So Nether Beast was the only one I didn't do. But I still need it, so might as well rerun it. Let's do this! They're taking their time. Suppose most people got to Byakko, but to Suzaku, maybe not so much. That's usually what happens as well. I see Sephiroth pop-ups every now and then, but I don't see Sophia nearly as often. Or even Zervan. We might get to redo those at some point. Probably increase the speed. That would be a little better. Those enemies are a little closer to my power level, yet not quite as much. Parts I've been working on, his damage isn't particularly stellar, but he doesn't do that bad. I'm hoping that I can use him in a wind-based team using the chain. That way I can take advantage of Berberisia and Elfino as well. Apparently, too, Fujin, who is a ninja much like Yuffie, also has some potential as a wind ninja. So this is something I'm going to be looking on at some point. Fortunately, this eats a lot of stamina. What with the recent Final Fantasy VIII event, as well as these, well, I've been having a little trouble doing everything that I wanted to. Mostly I've been focused on trying to finish the normal record dungeons. I'm nearly finished, really. Nah, Yang ain't worth it. Neither is Leviathan, really. Single quake is all it takes. But you know, strange things, the only enemies against which I actually struggle in regular monster fights like these are actually those from Final Fantasy VIII. They have skeletons that instant KO your characters, as well as a number of slimes that slows you down. That's not that great. These, though, just do regular damage. There are also some blue curl who actually counters with Blaster, which has a tendency to one-shot my characters. This is also a good source of experience. Ash is going to be level 99 pretty soon. I got myself some greater non-elemental orb. That's going to be useful. And some crystal, which may have some use at some point. Northern Cross was a celerity attack, if I'm not mistaken, and I have very few characters that can make use of it. We are getting close, only missing 2 DPS, 1 healer, and 1 tank. So, can probably get that other one started while I'm at it. We won't get to the boss with the stamina I have, but, you know. Pretty far on the bar, it started right at the top. Okay, so they're talking about the run of Pharaohs here. Which we actually did the raid in the Return to Evilis one, and it'll actually have us facing against Ashmal, the Bringer of Order. Okay, use Protect and Haste, which should be dispelled. His attack Pierce Reflex. Or Reflect, that is. Use Shell for damage. He will slow us, so using a Haste is paramount. Perfect defense protects him against everything, and he is weak to wind. Cool. This means Bartz is going to be able to deal some measure of damage. We might also be able to take advantage of it with Ash and Meltdown. Actually, it could be Tornado. Only need 1 element. Keeps my characters tidy as it is. And sounds like the hunt train is over. Quake. We see some of those Avis that we saw within the Dravanian Horde. As well as those mares who seems fairly popular. That might be a reference to those horses that we got from the various early primals. I never actually got all of them now that I recall. I think I'm missing... I have Shiva, Ifrit, and I think that's it really. Got a lot of work ahead of me. Probably be doing some training on those, although my chances of doing a lot of them on stream are a little unlikely. That's a problem. All primals pretty much hinge on you having completed all of the other ones. Anywho, back to the adventure. As is customary, we're gonna watch the cutscenes once we're done. Let's get this bread. Whatever he means. Zelda Leah. Hi! She's got a weird dress on her. That's an odd choice. Focus target. Off tank saying it's his first run, so asking somebody else to main tank. Wow, 4 new one. That's gonna be tough.
Tenzin? Tenzin, 'tis I! Sheathe your sword, I beg of you!
Giving a link to the wiki. I've already seen the video,
You gave me the
so...
strength to rise from the ashes!
Right? These are gonna tether to DPSs and actually deal damage to them. It's a bit chaotic, really. Well, that was quick. I can see them working too well with the arena portion of this.
Tenzin? Tenzin, 'tis I! Sheathe your sword, I beg of you!
So many characters stuck with delusions in this expansion.
You gave me the strength to rise from the ashes!
Well, I suppose that works too. Not quick enough. Ouch. Didn't even have time to summon
Tenzin, 'tis I!
his Eggy.
Sheathe your sword, I beg of you! You gave me the strength to rise from the ashes!
Alright, healer to the rescue. Oh my. Middle Scarlet Bloom. Oh cool, somebody's gonna use markers. Right? AoE them down. Oh man. That went poorly. I didn't expect this to be so difficult to do. The mechanics seemed easy enough. Well, off we go. Time is money.
Tenzin? Tenzin, 'tis I! Sheathe your sword, I beg of you! You gave me the strength to rise from the ashes!
All right. Now for the Phoenix down. What was this? I forgot. Ah yeah, Eternal Flame. Oh, it's these. Okay, so you gotta stand on one of the pillar and watch in the direction that they go.
I lose you again.
Okay, look this way. And they'll switch many times, so make sure that you don't mess up. This one's gonna be dead away. That one seems to have synced in pretty easy. So basically it's just the nets for evolution. Okay, not really. Oh, it gives you a damage up too. Sweet. Ah, get away. Not bad.
Trust in me, my love. I will protect you, I promise.
Oh, and whatever you do, don't stand in the middle there.
Please, my love. If only you would listen. Why do you do this?
One dead person.
All I ever wanted was for you and I to... Hearken to my melody.
So yes, you saw the check sections have been identified, and that Phoenix is going to move around up to that particular section. So when he touches the symbol for a section, well, the section is going to blow up. See? So very Japanese for some.
For you and I to...
The Phoenix is actually pretty slow. I wonder if it gets faster at some point. Whoa. Starting to run out of MP.
Tenzin, please!
Okay, she's gonna mark us, so no overlap. And then somebody stands on the meteors. In this case, me. And apparently somebody missed a meteor. And somebody is crying. Oh well. Too bad, with a summoner we might have been able to get back up.
Video! We will wake you from this madness.
Well, off we go. Take 4. Dealing with rekindle. What's rekindle? It's not really written.
Tenzin, 'tis I.
People from the
Sheathe your
wiki
sword,
have
I
gotten
beg of you.
really lazy. In that now they just put the video, they don't even explain the mechanics.
You gave me the strength to rise from the ashes.
I mean, MTQ and Mr. Happy are fine, but sometimes a little goes a long way. Know what I'm saying? Up we go, nuke that plume. Ah, we got one who got up. Need that down quick. Just in time. Can see this being actually pretty hard on extreme. Eternal Flame. Off we go then. Oh wait a minute, isn't that the one where she changes phase? Yes, it is. Sounds like I've wasted one.
I could not bear to lose you again.
This away. It's actually a really strange mechanic. Although one I can see being reused. I have trouble seeing my arrow. Wow, that last one was... Oh.
Trust in me, my love. I will protect you, I promise.
She's rather annoying.
Please, my love. If only you would listen.
My nose is getting runny. That's gonna be annoying during the fight. I thought the pushback would be bigger, honestly.
Why do you do this?
I'm rather poorly positioned for that particular mechanic.
All I ever wanted was for you and I to... Hearken to my melody.
Alright, dearie, let's see what you've got. Oh, that one actually wasn't safe. Interesting. Actually thought that because it didn't seem to be glowing, it was actually safe.
All I ever wanted was for you and I to...
This is actually pretty interesting for you guys. You get to see every mechanic being done the way it's supposed to be, especially when we fail. Meteor time, I think.
Tenzin, please!
Oh, rather odd spot for that. Doesn't seem to be anybody that way. Okay, we made it. Cool. Phantom Flurry, Tank Buster. Ooh. This is bad.
Never did make it easy, did you? We will wake you from this madness.
Wake him from this madness? Does she means us fighting, or is he actually the spirit that's in prison?
Hearken to my melody.
Now I am confused. Okay, let's see. Now the symbols are going to be in an order, so the first one to be hit will be yellow. Damn it, get out! This number of vulnerability stacks is really bad. Oh, there's a second set. It's gonna be the purple one next. Whoa. Yeah, I figured we couldn't do without a healer limit break. Oh, it's the purple one. Too many deaths to nonsense, unfortunately. Hey, why? Why am I dying? Doing what I can, but I can only do so much. Alright, managed to save somebody. Phantom Flurry, which is a Tank Buster. Oh, get out. I was lucky on this one. Can I? Perhaps I can. Nope. Oh, somebody else did. Well, that's good. Unfortunately, we've lost the summoner. 6 seconds before I can res him.
Tenzin, please!
Candice and Interlude. Okay, somebody everywhere. We are fine. Just a little more. In the end, my co-healer had the right call. Healer and limit break was definitely the way to go. Sometimes it's tough, you have to read the situation, see if you can recover or not. And I've recovered from worse.
Hearken to my melody.
Okay. We are going back to the Phoenix phase. So which is it gonna be? It's gonna be purple first.
It must be thus. Then I'm glad.
Nope, it's not. It's gonna be brown purple. Well, it appears I've killed us.
All I ever wanted was for you and I to...
Well. I don't see anybody being successful at this online unless the entire rest of the group actually knows what they're doing. But because of that, we're actually gonna finish late again.
Tenzin, 'tis I! Sheathe your sword, I beg of you! You gave me the strength to rise from the ashes!
Well, up we go. Get them closer to the center, please. Kind of a derp moment there. That's quite a few of them, alright. Ready, another eternal flame. Oh, well that was necessary? I always get confused when she casts eternal flame a second time.
I could not bear to lose you again.
She's actually pretty high in item level, 355. Oh, hey, Emma. Sorry about that. It appears the Nightbot is being a little zealous. So how you doing? That away? I need to see better. Okay, we've got it. Second phase.
Trust in me, my love. I will protect you, I promise! Please, my love. If only you would listen.
This is our 5th time at this boss. Hopefully we'll get it this time.
Why do you do this?
Tankbuster. Oops, we've lost the tank. He fell down.
All I ever wanted was for you and I to...
Get back up.
Hearken to my melody.
Okay, we are getting into the Phoenix phase. Gotta watch what's going on. Okay, which way is he gonna go? Okay, that's gotta be the first one. Depending on the symbol and color that the Phoenix touches, the bit of the arena is actually gonna blow up. We've had trouble with this earlier. Whoa, that was close. Almost got wrecked.
Please!
Okay, meteors time. Okay, we've got almost all of them covered. That should go well. Absorb masterfully. Random flurry on the tank. Oh, it went to the off tank this time. That girl is so dead.
You never did make it easy, did you? We will wake you from this madness.
Whoa.
Hearken to my melody.
Let's see if I can tell the colors this time around. Okay, it's gonna be yellow. Yep, they filled it again. Watch our purple. Yep. Whoa. Lost my co-healer. It's all on me now.
You and I to...
Oh my god, the overlap. Oh, he's back. It's purple. Oh, that was mean. I prefer to go on purple. Finally, we've got this. Taken by the off tank again. Oh, and just when I'm out of MP. Thanks, dude.
It must be thus. And I'm glad. It is you.
Wish my co-heal would stop dying, that'd be great. Rogadin is too slow. Hey!
Tenzin, please!
Okay, meteors again. We've got it! Woo! So, Mr. Fluffy did well for the most part, so I suppose he's the one getting the thing. So, what are they saying? GG, we did it! Curse word, yes. Oh my god, yes. Thanks you guys so much. Thank you so much. That was epic. Thank you. And that was it. So we've done it. Sweet. 4 commendations. Probably for trying to help. Or not dying that much. Which is surprising because I was the first one... well, one who did it for the first time anyway. How long have I been blinded by this dream? This never-ending nightmare. Unable to escape the memory of my beloved. I owe you an apology, brave warrior, as well as my life. In spite of the crude and disrespectful way I treated you, you nevertheless risked your life to free my heart from the terrible delusion which threatened to consume my soul. For the first time in centuries, I can reflect on my time with the men I so deeply loved without being driven to tears. Good for her. I was born into this world, long, long ago, blessed with crimson plumage that shone like blazing fire in the sun. My form was likened to that of the Firebird of legend, a being said to have the power to confer immortality upon mortal men. Thus was I pursued endlessly by those who yearned to conquer death. To them, to all mankind, I was no more than a means to an end. But Tenzin did not look upon me so. To him, I was so much more, and he would become everything to me. Together we traveled, we 4 lords and the samurai, as comrades in arms, we journeyed around, feared at first by many for our nature. But Tenzin, dear Tenzin, would not close his heart to the people's plight. Not once did he hesitate to proffer a helping hand, and one by one, he won over those who once cursed and condemned us. Be there Oni in the east to slay, or revenants in the west to exorcise, without hesitation would he bid us to rise to the challenge, and leave grateful men and women to spread word of our deeds, word which, one day, reached the ears of a king. 'Twas by the king's orders that we battled the mad auspice Koryu. Despite the many deeds to our credits, we 4 had only lived some few centuries, and were no match for our foe. Against the might of Koryu's raging aramitama, my brothers and I were powerless, but Tenzin, brave Tenzin, he would not be denied. At the last he unleashed a powerful technique, knowing full well that it would leave him exposed. Limit break then. I watched as the light had left his eyes forever. Had I been the Firebird of legend, had I been possessed of the power of immortality, had I been able to rescue him from death's obsidian abyss. And then, the cruelest tyranny of all, centuries later, when I finally went through the change, immortality became mine to command. I can but wonder if my bottomless grief for my beloved made it so. The power for which I yearned so desperately that day is now mine. If not save him, then perhaps to save those for whom Tenzin died. For the memory of my beloved, for his legacy, I shall fight. Let us go and tell Genbu together, and hard, thank you. And there she goes. How did your battle with Suzaku go? Is she still being difficult? Something like that. Is it true that in the west Lalafels are hunted for sport? It was a strange tale related to me from fellow Auspice who overheard foreign adventurers in Yangxia. No, they were just being... they were joking. Long did I question why I had been granted this power over life and death too late to save my beloved. Now I understand. To carry on Tenzin's legacy. To save those for whom he gave his everything. Thank you for helping me realize this, Hard. Oh, I see you are still in one piece. I gather all went well? No, it did not. Rest assured, elder brother, that I am myself once more. You certainly seem different from before, as if a great weight had been lifted from your shoulders. Your face is the very picture of serenity, I'd say. How very perceptive of you, little one. Indeed, I have at long last come to accept the passing of my beloved Tenzin. At long last indeed, but perhaps such prolonged periods of distress are unavoidable when one's lives lives for more than 1,000 years. I myself am no stranger to melancholy. No, my brother, that you most certainly are not. Oh, that was meant to be a joke of sorts. Oh, how forgetful of me. I have yet to see how Soroban's training is coming along. Soroban? Soroban! What? Seriously? Wait, I know this joke. It's a firebird. No, it's an airship. Oh, no, jar-savvy urchin, for it is in fact. Soroban. And not Superman. Looks like an animantuas to me. Ah, and quite so. I mean, I expected him in some capacity, but not like this. No one told me that this training will lead to such a radical transformation. Look at me, I'm a giant tortoise. A tortoise. I was wrong. This is the very definition of running a joke into the ground. Well, tortoise in time indeed. There's no need to panic, Soroban. You probably just recited the words improperly and offered your body as a vessel for a great tortoise kami. That seems to me like a very, very good reason for panic, unless I will return to normal after a short while, like with the Tamate Byakko of Geomancy. Ah well, I cannot say with any significant degree of certainty, but you might regain your original form by the time Hard quells Seryu's aramitama. Might? Might? What is this might? Might is not an acceptable answer. You must be exhausted from your battle with Suzaku, my friend. Perhaps it would be best if you returned to the land above and took a rest. That would be welcome. He's right, I doubt you will be needed here for some time, and Soroban seems to be in no mood for company. Be sure to contact me if anything comes up. I have been meaning to return home, even if only briefly, but given my current state, that seems unlikely. If you could go in my stead and tell the Elder I am hale and healthy, I would be most grateful. That is done. You needn't worry about Soroban, he will be fine. Eventually. Probably. Have I truly become host to a great kami? What if it does not wish to leave? Well, that's what kami do. So anyway, back to Tamamizu. After that we can have a look at the cutscenes, although we've seen plenty of epics so far. It seems like next Wednesday will actually be the burn. Although there is a possibility that I might look into doing or at least starting the Hildebrand questline. Though they're rather talky in these. Ah, hard! All is well with our friends beneath Hell's Lid? What of Soroban? How goes his training? He failed to perform a ritual correctly and was transformed into a tortoise, you say? But you are aware that... Oh, I see. This must be some matter of Eorzean joke. How very amusing. A pity we will not see him again for the foreseeable future, but I will trust it is for the best, as before. He should take as much time as required. He is a tortoise, after all. No, it still makes no sense to me. You turtle people are no fun. You have learned the emote hum. Whatever would that be? Well, that next one will probably lead us to Seryu. So, we'll just go ahead and head over back to Kugane then. Actually, we can have a quick look. Surpassing the Samurai. There's probably a questline associated with that. Although I am a little... can I say? Out of time, in a sense. But yeah, I'll probably have to reconfigure Nightbot. I have no problem against multiple emotes, really. So just about a matter of configuration, such as it is. Off to the book Heroine, then. Now then. Here we are, Elskir. I am actually unsure what to take for the thumbnail.
My aramitama is unbound!
Looks kind of more like an armor, though. Perhaps the death scene is the answer here, much like it was with Byakko. Not much to work with, unfortunately. In combat it will be then. Alrighty then. Well, I'm afraid that's gonna be it for the time being. Thank you for watching, everyone. If you like what you're seeing, maybe follow the stream. Maybe leave a comment if you're on YouTube. And that was the Great Pumpkin. You all have a pleasant time now. Bye bye!